Hello, comrades. In this episode of Gravegate, the members of the Lucky Nation attack us once again, and we are not going to take that lying down. Like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video. But it's the time that you've been waiting for. It's Fortress Friday, which means that we return to the world of Ilathu Muya, the domain of typhoons, and the fortress of Mondul Einod, Gravegate. Now, we will be entering into a save that is a little bit further back, and the reason that we're doing this is because several about 20 dwarves got stuck in a raid, and they would not return. So we are heading back to a previous save where those dwarves have not yet gotten stuck. We're going to save them. How goes the necromancy? Weirdly, we can do necromancy, but it doesn't seem reliable for bringing people into the military. Alright, the enemy have come and are preparing to lay siege. They seek a parley. So this is the siege that kind of fucked us up before. Thank you, Ash. Alright, so to answer this particular raid, we are actually going to take Queen Uzal out of the Golden Seals. The reason we're taking her out of the Golden Seals is because we don't want a necromancer in the middle of this swirling combat here. It will destroy the frame rate and will probably bring back people who will be trying to kill us. Yes, donate to the California Fire Foundation if you can. My thoughts are very much with those people who are suffering right now. It is a rough situation for all involved. But you know what we can take? Solace in? We can take the solace in the fact that the houses of some rich fucks were burning over there, and there were some of them who were desperately, sneeringly trying to. Did you not jump up properly, Zelda? You okay? She miscalculated the jump and ended up bouncing off of the cat tree. She seems okay, but yeah, rich people who had begged Donald Trump to lower property taxes, hell, to maybe even eliminate property taxes entirely, who will then turn around and beg if anybody, anyone, to stop their houses from burning. You're asking for some sort of private fire department to save them. We'll pay any amount, they desperately cried. I'm like, you know what you could have done? You could have paid for a public fire department with your fucking taxes. But while the fire department was getting defunded and the police were getting more funding, the right would love to blame it on DEI because they were trying to, because the fire department was trying to be less racist in their attempts at hiring people, and they're like, oh well, clearly that's why things are going wrong. Like, no. It's because you haven't given them enough funding, you goddamn fools. Okay, new guild hall. The Crafts Dwarfs workshop. The Crafts Dwarfs want a hall. So let's give it to them. We'll work on that whilst our military surges forth to meet the people outside. The humans wish to parley with us, which means that whilst they're waiting for an answer to our demand for their demand for parley, they will simply sit and wait. Well, I say, let them wait. After all, if they're sitting and waiting, we have plenty of time to assemble our forces. Let's give everyone else something to do. Yeah, one of the things about Mel Gibson that will always make me laugh is like, we've known for a long time that the guy is like a racist piece of shit. Like this isn't a surprise. Like, the dude went off on a long, like, anti-Semitic rant, like, years ago. And, like, dude blamed it on tequila. And we're like, dude, tequila, like, are you blaming tequila for making you say racist things? And even use real ancient Hebrew in the past. He apparently just pulled it out of his ass. That explains way too much. Okay, this Spearmaster has no grizzlies with him, so let's just furnish them with 3 grizzly bears. Not just any grizzly bears, mind you. Giant grizzly bears. These behemoths are literally like 8 times the size of a regular grizzly bear. Sarvesh here, the Gold Slayer, the one who slew the forgotten beast made of rose gold. He is one of the Tower Guard. So I say he does. Yeah, honestly, for destroying a monster that size and of that power level, I'm gonna give him the only other cave dragon in the entire fortress. Besides, we will need to dedicate all the war animals we can get to defending the fortress right now. You can see just from the approach here, just how many invaders are here to try and put an end to us. Thank you for the follow. Follows are anonymous, but always appreciated. You are follower number 1678. Welcome to the Cocktail Lounge. I actually have plenty more giant grizzly bears to train, so we will order those to be trained up. We are likely to lose a few of them, but you know what? That is inevitable. Yeah, we are practically going to like empty the pens here of any of the available war animals, because the Lucky Empire has disgorged so many people here. This mother has a child, but a child will not help in combat because they're past the point of being a baby, so they're no longer useful as a shield.
Wow. How'd you know my favorite cocktail?
Fizzy Pop.
I just
Thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. I take it that that means that you need to head off. I know that that's your customary leaving notification. If that is the case, then thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you got to see me at my most vulnerable. Have a wonderful night, okay? And a lovely weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend, Fizz. Thank you. God, look at them. There's like the game says there's about 160 invaders. We are bringing out tons of giant grizzlies. This is no time to sleep, my dude. Oh, you know, we may have to make do with the number of creatures that we have here. Let's see, Freya of the Golden Seals. Oh, Freya is the mother of Zandosha, the legendary weaponsmith. Please tell me that you've brought your armor. Okay, yeah, she has an adamantine breastplate. Okay, but you know what she also needs? She needs bears. We're just gonna assign her 3 giant grizzlies as well. These humans may have brought dogs and horses, but they are not ready for a grizzly bear that's 8 times the size of a regular grizzly bear. You know what else we have in our advantage? When we are outnumbered the way we are, 30 dwarves to 160 enemies, that's prime real estate for martial trances. Hello, La Transfem. How you doing? And who is here tonight? I visited our legend too much. What I would love for you to do, Transfem, is if you get the opportunity, I would love if you could go back and check the VOD, because we had a wonderful in-depth talk about the trans experience, and I think that you would really enjoy it. Bear time. Yeah, have a good night, Fracta. Really, I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for entrusting me with your audience, and have a great night. Which version of Sid Dwarf is in this? I think, yes, Sid Dwarf in this version is still alive. Okay, yeah, she is still alive. So, so this is a good reality. If it gets to YouTube, it definitely will. You know what? I will ask Zen if they want to put it up on YouTube. Okay. Here goes. Whereas Friege Dwarf is currently not feeling good. Okay. They're currently a performer. If they get miserable again, we'll assign them to combat therapy. Thank you, Fract. I appreciate that. All right. So, with all these bears assembling, make her joyful. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Remove stress. See how she feels now. Okay, she is ecstatic now. All right. So, our creatures are assembled. We will assign everybody else to the burrow. We've got some of our best people waiting here. We have Aurelia of Gravegate, the guilty song, who is ready with her, I know there's so much vomit. Like, she's got, apparently in her flask, she's got a mix of wine and water. Love that. Yeah, a lot of cave adaptation there. What are we waiting for? I know, she's mixed water with wine. We may need to start putting more drinks, yep. We definitely need more drink production. Name one of the invaders elongated muskrat. Very well. This skunk person. That seems like a good one. Yes, we can indeed put their corpse on a pedestal. Apparently good at swordsman, but like shit at everything else. Alright. Let's fucking do this. We've got basically 30 dwarves out here. And a bunch of war animals. So, the Lucky Empire wishes to parley in order to avert loss of life. Do you approve this request? Deny. So with that, we give the order. Kill them all. You certainly can. Let me see here. How about this one? Imush the Spear Dwarf. Let's see, they are an expert spear dwarf and a professional fighter. They are a member of the Golden Seals, one of our more recent set of guardians of the fortress. Perfect, very well. Then you shall be Phoenix Sunday of Gravegate. Understandably stressed, I mean, he has 3 pet hunting bats. Let's see, is a legendary weaver when he's not stabbing things. He's unbelievably strong, incredibly tough, very agile and slow to tire. He is well trained. Short yet layered with equal parts giant muscles and lardy slabs. What a description. He has a deeply recessed chin. His hair is wavy, his medium-length beard is braided, his medium-length sideburns are neatly combed, his very long mustache is neatly combed, his very long hair is arranged in double braids, teeth are gapped, his somewhat splayed out, small lobed ears are tall, his lips are thin, his aquamarine eyes have thin irises, his hair is pale chestnut, and his skin is pink. Unbreakable will, natural ability with music, good focus, very good sense of the position of his own body, natural inclination towards language, great feel for the surrounding space and a good intellect, but has bad intuition, poor ability to manage or understand social relationships. Never acts without prolonged deliberation, even to his own detriment and the harm of those around him after seeing a dwarf's dead body. Is often sad and dejected, lives an orderly life, organized and neat. Actively avoids exciting or stressful situations after experiencing trauma, is always tense and jittery, not particularly interested in what others think of him, less extreme after clothes rot off his body in 322, doesn't mind a little tumult and discord, and is conflicted by this since he values harmony as an intellectual concept. Lives a fast-paced life, is quick to form negative views about others, is brave in the face of imminent danger, generally quite confident of his abilities when undertaking specific ventures, acts with compassion, doesn't cling tightly to ideas, and is open to changing his mind. Inhales sharply when he's angry. Let's see. Personally views decorum as a high ideal and is deeply offended by those that fail to maintain it. Strongly believes that a peaceful and ordered society without dissent is best. Finds artwork boring. Views loyalty unfavorably. Sees sacrifices wasteful and foolish. Doesn't see cooperation as valuable and doesn't care about fairness. Get some hugs, you're trying to cheer up but it's not working. Absolutely, Sid, you know, yeah, like please direct some love and hugs towards Sid. She's been having a hard time of things recently, and you know, as one of our longest running subs and just valuable members of this community, I hope you feel better soon. I hope your mum feels better soon, and that everything is taken care of. All right. Let's see if Phoenix Sunday survives this now. Cry havoc and let slip the giant grizzly bears of war. Fine, Kool-Aid Man. Yes, yes. Human Lasher. Kool-Aid Man. Let's go. Whoop, there's elongated muskrat. Giant bear. Hum. How is he doing? He is heavily bleeding. Right upper arm mangled and dripping blood. His neck is torn open. Beautiful. Okay, one of the things in our advantage, as I mentioned before, is that when dwarves are heavily outnumbered, they go into a martial trance. Like, look at Tor here. Look at Lord Tobal Amnek here. The Hammer Lord. She is currently in a martial trance because she is outnumbered. She is, which means that she is going to hit a lot more accurately. Looks like, oh, found a while ago that you like brie, so you'll be cheesy for a moment. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate that. You are a dear and valued friend to me. Let's see. Oh, there's a pool of Transfem's blood there. There is, okay, there's a dead skunk person. Transfem is in the middle of this, bleeding. This is a fight. I must press on. Let's see. She appears to have lost her ability to stand. Oh, that's not good. Prefer either cold and either whole or scattered over your bread. Well, hey, I will keep you both scattered and bread. Alright. By the power of Twitch chat, your wounds are healed. I can't do anything about her having dropped her weapon. Hopefully, her shield will be enough for the time being. Let's see. Borsuf over here has gone into a martial trance, and yeah, he's got a spouse to be worrying about. This person's spouse is Ari. Right over here, Urist, the Spearmaster, is in a martial trance. We've got bears behind them. Bats bringing up the rear. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, it seems like, let's see. Okay, Transfem is stunned, but she is no longer, injured at least. Hello, Ranule. My fortress is going well. We are currently in the middle of a tense fight here as the members of the Lucky Empire lay siege to us. They started off with 160 invaders. They're down to 137. As our dwarves do their best impression of a lawnmower. Let's see. Oof, we've got a swords dwarf here who is tired and in pain. I don't know how many of them are just not bringing their weapons to this fight. Has Muskrat been decapitated yet? Let's see. That's one of his teeth. Oh, there's his corpse. Spattered with frozen blood. His head has not been lost, but we will put his corpse up on a pedestal. Here come the children cheering. Alright, Lock that corpse so we can pick it up later. Okay. But who are we healing? What is the healing for? Is it for this dwarf that is that is, you know, wounded? Okay, fair enough. By the power of Twitch chat, you are well and healed. Go forth and continue shield bashing our enemies. You absolute mad lads, coming to battle without your weapons. Not like Phoenix Sunday here, who has brought their masterful steel spear, which was made by Ghost Queen K of Gravegate. I did see your grapes. Yes, they are indeed very large. You haven't brought a shield. Maybe we need to make more shields. We'll worry about that if people live through this. Okay, Urist over here is like stabbing. There appears to be a human directly beneath them, falling unconscious. There are teeth flying everywhere here. Lore is overexerted and bleeding. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll use that heal that Ari just filled in here to help Urist. Oh god, where is Urist? Urist. No, you're not Urist. Who the hell was it? Transform is fine. Edim is fine. Freya is fine. Let's see. Using my discretion. Okay. There was a Hammer Lord around here who was not feeling good. It would be funny to repeatedly heal Lenny the Forgotten Beast. It would take way too much healing to actually be useful. The sheer number of invaders you're getting more action economy over Lenny would be ridiculous. You would not have enough points to make it worth it. We have lost a dwarf, which honestly is not bad numbers. We have killed over 60 of them. Looks like our giant grizzly bears are getting stuck in, chewing their way through repeated numbers of dwarves. There is no room for individual heroism here. There is no room for like individual acts of like feats of valor. There is just straight up carnage. Like this is more agricultural industry than anything else. Onget Mistemthak has fallen. There he is. You dropped 3 heals after last message. Yeah, you know what? That is fair. We will. Okay, this dwarf here is tired. We can solve that. Kivish here is tired. We will keep them at full fighting spirit. Oris the Spearmaster, tired. No longer. The power of Armok compels you to keep slaughtering our foes. The gods watch over us. Can you of the Lucky Empire say the same? This truly never was a battle. This was an execution. You did not line up to besiege us. You lined up to confess your crimes and to pay the price. Well, we lost a grizzly bear as well. Do you know what? 1 dwarf and 1 grizzly bear for that? A small price to pay. The Tower Guard are intact. The Golden Seals have lost 2 dwarves. Okay, so yeah, two dwarves and a giant grizzly bear. That's not bad. Now make that pedestal, ideally in the prison. Let's see, iron pedestals. We need more iron pedestals anyway. Go to prison cell, put a pedestal, slap him in there. We've got plenty of prison cells. We could definitely make that happen. We just need to actually find his corpse. The pedestals will also help us with some other things too. All right. With the creatures of the Lucky Empire having fallen before us, now is a much more grim business. Melting down all of their goods and services. One day you'll get around to building a fort this big. I get it. It's definitely, it is no small task. But it's worth it when you can pull off stuff like this, you know? We missed some stuff. What happened? We were besieged by the Lucky Empire, and thanks to good old dwarven tenacity and the grace of the Twitch gods, we have made it through with only a couple of casualties. Let's see how Archangel is feeling after it. When you can industrialize murder pre-gunpowder, it's deeply satisfying, right? Like, yeah, this was no battle. This was just destruction. Archangel appears to be stuck up a tree. Let's get them down, shall we? They're apparently a legendary miner in the meantime. Let's see how many kills they have now. 2 notable kills and 25 other kills. Don't know what it is, he gets so many dwarves stuck in trees. This is another reason why the dwarves have such animosity towards trees. Because so many of their dumbass goddamn brethren are just out here just eating shit when it comes to getting stuck in trees. Looks like the caravan from the mountain home has arrived. Cat's got to get the fire department out to... Yep, we're gonna cut down that tree so that Archangel can escape. Luckily, he is well armored, so he should be okay. All right, we've got finished goods to ply the mountain home with. This should be good. We should have plenty to interest them. Not that we necessarily need a whole lot. But it would be useful to have. Okay, they're still working on the pedestals. That's fine. Yeah, we definitely need more drinks. We're at like 189 drinks. That's probably why some of our dwarves were mixing water and wine. Like, we barely have enough for 1 drink for every dwarf in the fortress. And yeah, we should probably start getting more food out there too. Taking water out to battle, it's lucky they survived, right? Okay, merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. Kind of funny how this game encourages absurdly huge mega rooms with dozens of workshops. I like it. Yeah, it's kind of fits the whole idea of like multiple guilds, you know? It puts me in mind of like the dwarves at the height of their power in like The Hobbit, right before they discover the Arkenstone. You know, they're these titans of industry out here just you know, making like the finest of metals and crafts and just building up, you know. But you know, these people are not without enemies. It is why it's why we attract people of the Lucky Empire. Feel kind of lackluster in a way. Yeah, I mean they offer one thing, and it's a good thing that they offer. It would be great if there was more. I will give you that. But you know what we wouldn't have without guilds, like as they are? We wouldn't have this lovely boy, Zandosha, the Chosen Smith. He made a glorious golden mace that our foremost champion uses. When he is 18 years old, he will be able to take his legendary weaponsmithing skill and create more weapons that are more basically works of art. Speaking of which, let's make sure that our dwarves are still let's make sure our dwarves still have plenty to work on. Make some giant iron axe blades. Build more weapon traps. We have like over 1,000 ingots of iron. We can afford to do this. Apparently our trade broker is currently resting. Not sleeping, resting. So they're apparently seriously injured. Okay, we need a new trade broker then. Let's see. You there, Momus, Clothier. You are summoned to the trade depot. Bunny, how you doing? It's good to see you. Can I get a shout out for Bunny, please? Thank you for the head pats. What you up to tonight, comrade? We had a beautiful discussion earlier on the trans experience with myself and my community manager.
Hello, it's Ray.
Hey, it's Palm. How you doing, Palm? For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and tonight is Fortress Friday. Yeah, I very much like bared my soul and felt very vulnerable, but it was good, you know. It was a good feeling to voice everything that was just you're in my heart, you know. It was good to say it all. It was good to show people my moral arc, I guess, because I've not always been the best person. And I think it was good for people to see that. So you were also doing Dwarf Fortress. What did you get up to? Those teeth in the moat? I mean, there's definitely some teeth. We beat up a lot of people. How goes Dwarf Fortress? We just saw off a massive siege. Speaking of which, where is Bunny in all this? Okay, I know Bunny was here. I know she was, oh, she is currently off on a raid. She is currently going off to steal some stuff from our enemies. That's why I can't find her on the map. Okay, we have to wait until this one dwarf gets off the map. Yeah, I put you in a prominent position in the military, and I gave you some good gear. So you finished killing an elven civilization, then conquered the third cavern layer. There were 3 forgotten beasts down there, and 2 of them were trapped behind trees. I love that. It's wacky to see what trees can do to a creature's pathfinding. What was that? Oh, it's just a raven. I like to think that I take good care of my dwarves. I get emotionally invested in the fates of my dwarves here. Okay, okay. You recruited some peeps from holdings to volunteer to chop down trees and free the beasts. Okay, okay. I have a question for you. Does that still...
That's right, darling.
Do you see that there, Bunny? I added a little bit of flair to my hairstyle. So now whenever anybody does that redeem, you know, for a few seconds we get that little highlight. You know, it's
trans rights.
It's nowhere near the kind of craftsdwarfship that I see from yourself, but it's a nice little thing that I'm kind of proud of, you know. It's I like to think that maybe it's you know, it's a good way of showing solidarity, and it makes me happy to know that I can tinker around, you know. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, they've got syrup, they've got ale, they've got milk. Yeah, we definitely need more booze. Well, craftsmanship is of the highest quality. Thank you, Life Force. I appreciate you. I love how they just bring venom of bumblebees. It's like the game knows that bumblebees have venom, and it knows that bumblebees are in a dwarven civilization, so it thinks logically. Sometimes dwarves will somehow extract the venom off screen and bring it for trade. It doesn't, like, the game has no way to actually extract bumblebees, like extract bumblebee venom in game, but it knows that creatures have, it knows that they have them, so it will occasionally bring that stuff. Milking the bees. God, what a sentence. And isn't the venom totally useless? I mean, yeah, if you dipped your sword in the venom of a bumblebee, it would probably not be all that useful. And like, even if you could find a way to dip venom in like if you had, say, like king cobra venom or something, there's no way to reliably cover a weapon in venom in fortress mode. So it's basically useless. Like, unless you can somehow find a way to dump venom onto weapons and then get them into the hands of your dwarves, it's I imagine the process would be incredibly complex and maybe not all that worth it. You know, we're gonna buy the anvils because we can melt those down for steel. We don't need any meat. We've got plenty of meat. We've got plenty of fish. Ooh, tomatillos. We can make those into wine. To make an anvil, you first need an anvil. What made the first anvil? If you check out the Bay 12 forums, some say that it was when a goat and a mandrill first were smushed together, and then with a rock, the resulting creature beat the first anvil out of the ground. But then, you know, forums are weird places with odd stories like that. All right, let's see. Is there anything else that we really want? Ooh, dwarven cheese. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hang on a second, Lola. Dwarven cheese? That implies that it was milked from dwarves. To which the answer I say is, don't be silly. The milk comes from purring maggots. Let's buy their books and pattern. Who the hell makes wine from tomatillos? Flutters angrily in culinary accuracy. Dwarves, apparently. But then again, dwarves are also the same creatures that can make cheese from pig milk. A type of milk that lacks the ability to coagulate in the same way that cows can. Cannot stomach tomatillo wine. Well, dwarves find a way. They are like Jeff Goldblum in that respect. All right, let's get trading. We're gonna give you the very finest in tattered clothing. What did you realize, Lilith? To be fair, they may be using a fungal coagulation for the pig cheese. Oh, okay. So you're okay with the pig cheese, but not with the tomatillo wine. Okay. Probably won't get conscripted. Why is that? Just not in the right age range, or do you have like a? Yeah. What is the ace you have up your sleeve? Man, a lot of this clothing used to belong to the people invading us. Let's see. You had someone tell you can't let your kid get a tattoo, but her child has puberty blockers. What's the difference? Let's see. Little does the government know you're missing an organ. Ah, okay. Interesting. Well, for one thing, a tattoo is purely cosmetic, and it is something that is not medically recommended in order for better social or mental well-being. And on the other hand, puberty blockers are reversible and are medically recommended by every reputable medical organization in the world. If you are honestly asking that question, I'm happy to have a discussion. If not, your dishonesty is not welcome here. I am happy to see if you will prove me wrong. Now, everybody, let's give this person a chance to prove that they are not a bad actor. We should give everybody a chance to surprise us. They could be honestly asking questions. That said, take aim. Asking questions is definitely the best way to learn. It reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from a White Dwarf magazine of an Eldar Farseer who was choosing to close a webway gate to shut it off forever with a permanent seal. One of the Farseer's warlocks was asking, wise Farseer, if we know that our traitorous cousins will come through this webway gate at some point, is it not better to prepare with warriors and weapons to ambush them when they make their way through the webway gate and slay them forever? And the Farseer says, I have only predicted the place of their emergence from the webway gate. I have not predicted the time exactly. It could be a year from now, it could be a decade or a century, it could be 10,000 years hence. And so it is a better use of our resources now to shut off the gate so that no one may use it, and thus end this thread of the future forever. And the warlock says, forgive me for asking questions. I should have known better than to question your wisdom. The Farseer says, never apologize for asking questions, young seers. Through asking questions, we find answers and grow our understanding of the universe. And that quote stuck with me forever. It is, and I may not be remembering it exactly, but the wisdom in it is very much there. So, Garnet, if you're still there, do you have a follow-up to that? You'd like to add that you were asked if you wanted a tattoo by your parents since it was a free 2-hour session, you were still underage. That is kind of weird. You still want mated? Wow. And as an adult, you are well within your rights to get that tattoo, Ash. Now, assuming that, $50, yeah, I figured it would have been a frog. You're also against you trying to be on hormones? Yeah, that is unfortunate. Now see, if Garnet over there was actually being an honest actor, I hope that they learned something from this. However, if they were here trying to challenge me, I think what they were expecting me to say is that, you know, a tattoo is a permanent decision, or, you know, they don't have consent, you know, or that they shouldn't be able to consent or whatever. At which point they would have said, oh, so, you know, a child can't consent to a tattoo, but they can consent to hormone blockers. And the answer to that is yes. For the reasons that I just outlined. Because the average conservative brain is so small and runs at such a slow speed that I can emulate it within my own brain without any like loss in processing power. Like running a virtual machine of a Sega Master System on, you know, my current computer. They are boringly predictable. Is a real question. Can it run Doom? Absolutely. All right, everybody. Looks like our trading is done. If there's a tattoo that can run Doom, then you know what? More power to it. Ooh, Ghost Queen K is out here keeping her skills sharp, making some giant iron axe blades. Hormonal changes are a process everyone goes through anyway. Might as well pause them until you know which ones you want. Exactly. But TransFem, you're just one of those, you know, woke lefties. What do you know about biology? No, please. Tell our interloper exactly what you know about biology. Because if they're still here, I would love for them to hear what you have to say. Funa's not a good representation of the average Doom player. TransFem not only does biology, they also transcend biology. There's not enough space in the Discord textbooks to list your qualifications. Indeed, you are an incredibly qualified biologist. But yeah, that was partly the joke right there. Okay, I really hope the raiders come back soon. Well, it seems like Garnet has left, which is a shame. I was certainly looking forward to hearing their next ill-informed ramblings. We've seen many people make less than accurate claims about biology without having read any papers on the subject. Oh yeah, like that's definitely a that is certainly a phenomenon that the conservatives love to do. You know what? That's fair. TransFem, yeah, they had left chat anyway, at least as far as my monitor could tell. Nothing of value was lost. Wait, who's fighting? Oh, right, yes. We released the deer people. Excellent. Cool. Well, a couple of them. The fools here attempted to escape. But you know, who can blame them? We gave them the attempt. All sorts of people just not of a certain politics. It's so strange because like there are so many people for whom I'm like none of this was a concern. As we mentioned previously, like none of this was a problem like 10 years back when, you know, we were still just living our best lives out here, just trying to live, same as ever, until conservatives made it an issue. The only thing that changed was they realized they were losing the battle on why are they against trans kids? Here's the thing. They lost the battle on gay marriage. So they needed to have a new, like, scapegoat issue. They needed to have a new minority that they could demonize. And so trans people were the next obvious target to them. Just like how when they lost the battle on interracial marriage, the right turned itself towards abortion. It's all about keeping people from developing class consciousness. If they're if they have an enemy that they can turn people towards, then if they can distract people from an enemy that isn't the capital class, then they can keep people from realizing, oh, it's actually the rich fucks that are keeping us in this really terrible situation. All right, we're gonna find. I know that we lost a couple of dwarves out here. Between that and epistemology, debate, scientific communication, all of our intersex conditions and all that jazz, we are walking refutation. Yup. It's incredibly silly to assume that that biology is as dirt simple as they want to believe. For a group that claim to love freedom, they sure love to restrict it. Yup. They despise real freedom, but they love the illusion of freedom. They love the idea of freedom as a way of, you know, garnering support. It's like when whenever they need to frame something as whenever they need to frame something as being somehow beneficial, they will frame it. They will frame the bad thing as being a good thing. You know, don't think of it as not having as not being able to afford healthcare. Think of it as having the freedom to not have healthcare. You know, think of it as the freedom to be able to choose which plan that you can not afford. Don't think of it as, you know, the freedom to don't think of it as constantly being in wars that mean that we don't have the funding to have basic public services. Think of it as being freed from the enemy, whoever they might be. Okay, okay, yeah, you know what? We had enough, we had plenty of chat heals, so let's just bring Carol back. He's fine. Or she, rather. Gruesome wounds. I must not succumb to fear. Ah, Syrokinu, you are already in the game. In fact, let's see. You know what, this guy. You're going to become part of the new Golden Seals. Waiting for some updates about something for almost a year. Trans people are the latest long in line of these people are ruining the world. Yep. Before that, it was the gays. Before that, it was, you know, yeah, before that, it was the gays and trans people. Before that, it was, you know, lefties to one extent or another. Before that, it was people of color. Before that, it was witches and people of color and gays and trans people. So glad New Zealand has its own problems and the anti-trans rhetoric kind of missed us. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. How's your dwarf doing? Let's find out. And Hanadal Jerpies, do you have a particular type of dwarf that you'd like? Let's see. Palm is here. Let's see. Oh. I lost track of them for a second. Okay, here we go. She has a spouse in the fortress, 3 children, including Zandosha, the legendary weaponsmith child. Oh yeah, her husband was a werebear and died. But you know, she's currently feeling exhilarated after a sparring session. Thank you for the headpad, Starfire. It's almost always against women. Yeah, women are almost always one of the more acceptable targets to conservatives. And you can see this in, like, let's see, what is Pom's mood like? You can see this in, like, every bit of, like, narrative. Back when sexual assault was a huge problem, problem du jour in the media, and like talk of like the Me Too experience, men were desperate to try and change the narrative in like conservative circles, and they tried to put a focus on false accusations ruining people's lives, and you know, all of that sort of thing. Like, what about, you know, this random woman is just able to say that something happened and a man's life is ruined, except that almost never happens. But I know almost every woman that I know has had some sort of sexual assault experience, including me. Yeah, Palm is currently just feeling really pleased with life. And Palm has a nickname, the Legendary Crypt. What a fucking what a nickname, especially for someone who's in our military. 8 notable kills, 45 other kills. I hope the military, hope these squads come back soon. Alberta's actually made anti-trans restrictions, right? A man is more likely to be essayed than falsely accused. That's true. And due to the way that we view masculinity, it's, you know, that man is more likely to simply be laughed off, or for it to be considered like no big deal. But yeah, like, none of this was an issue like 10 years ago. It's like trans people were just existing. They use the Every Child Matters flag with the orange and everything. I don't know that one. Hope one day we can live in a world where innocent people can live happily. You and me both. You and me both. Since they're comparing teaching kids about sexuality, it's like actually beating them and killing them. One of the things that I bring up is that one of the big things that lowers cases of sexual assault is age-appropriate sex education. A child who is taught about sex in an age-appropriate way is not only more likely to avoid abuse, but they are more likely to report it if it happens to them. It lowers cases of abuse, and it increases the amount of reported abuse cases. Now, why exactly would conservatives be against that? It's because they are the abusers. There's no question about that. That is literally just the answer. It's like, God, that's disgusting, Lilith. That I can't even begin to like the sheer like false equivalency of those two things is just rancid. All right, let's see. We've got the pedestal in jail. Okay, display item, corpse. Okay, so it won't let us find the corpse by name. Okay, yeah, this is the problem with corpses. We're gonna have to go through a lot of corpses. There's a lot of corpses here. Too bad you can't have them clean up themselves. Yeah, there's a console command that I would love to see implemented, but it hasn't been yet to my knowledge, and that is called deteriorate corpses. And that basically just takes any like dead body part that's there and makes it decay away after a certain timer. Basically makes things a lot easier to handle. Like, are the Canadians Board of Education doing some medical experiments on kids again, making kids work the fields? Like, yeah, no, none of that shit is happening. I don't see Elon Musk's corpse here. I'm sorry, sorry, Ash. Yep, all we're doing is providing kids with the education that, yeah, we named one of the skunk people, elongated muskrat. That's who we were looking for. Yeah, like all this time, like it's just been like, yeah, natives have been some of the most targeted people when it comes to like harassment, abuse, just so much of like awful stuff. Okay, okay. I need to take a look here. Reason why we have a drug and alcohol epidemic is because of those schools. Yep. Lot of trauma that was passed down to people, and it's just kind of waved off as like something that they blame it in many ways on native people. You're saying that it must just be, but yeah. Okay, good. Our squads have returned. The Gilded Pleats and others have returned. I was worried they were kind of stuck forever there. Okay. Looks like we attacked the village. Struck down a couple of humans. Clashed with a couple of humans and slew them. Excellent. So the pipeline is real. Misa got you hooked on Monster. You mean the drink, right? Ari, you mean the drink, right? Yeah, I can see that, Lilith. Like when it comes to gangs, like a lot of people don't have a choice. Like gangs often form gangs are often a formative part of people's experience growing up, and like often when they have nothing else, like who else are they going to turn to for stability? Like look at what happened during the days of like immigration and prohibition. You know, especially like during that time, like immigrants, you know, stuck together in enclaves to avoid being persecuted, and then when prohibition meant that alcohol was incredibly profitable, those gangs stuck together, and you know they survived through, you know, getting rich on it. They join a gang to be someone, yeah, because there's no other like economic opportunities in the places where they are. There's no upward mobility in their society, and they're like, or it's much easier than any of the other opportunities that they have. We really do have some deep discussions here at the cocktail lounge. The fortress attracted no migrants this season. All right. Let's see. Okay, Lenny of Gravegate is apparently miserable. So we're gonna take out, okay, Domas here. How's Domas feeling? Domas is actually quite pleased. So Domas, you are no longer the captain of the combat therapy group. Lenny, you are going in this group. Erosh, how happy are you? You're not that happy. Brigoth. Can't see for some reason. Asm. Okay, yeah, a lot of other people here not happy. Let's see. He joined one since he didn't have a father figure or a good family. Yeah, and a lot of that, of course, was a result of everything else that natives have been subjected to over the years. About to clear the queue. Thank you for letting me know. It was called the Bros Out, then a few gangs decided to form this one called the Soldiers. Yeah. And that's the kind of name that you would expect from a gang that wants to attract people, because what better name for a gang than the Soldiers? Like, for societies that so deeply value like military aspirations, like, why would you not have a gang called the Soldiers? Your dad was also a bootlegger. Okay, that's kind of cool though. Like at the you know, during that age, you know, people were defying a law that was really dumb. Would also drink his own product, and you were a toddler? Wow. Like at least during Prohibition, bootlegging was kind of cool, because, you know, Prohibition is a stupid law. Because, like, alcohol is a product that is better when it is legal and regulated. But yeah, if he was doing it unregulated outside of Prohibition, then yeah, that's not good. Right, yeah. And when you make it illegal, when anybody can make it as long as they're not caught, when anybody can make it as long as they're not caught, then there's nobody saying what the regulations are, you know? And so they will just make exploding alcohol, you know? What are people gonna do? Call the cops? We're gonna put a pedestal in here because the Dwarf Guild wants a Grand Guild Hall now. Call it reserve hooch. Damn. Okay, chat. I have a question for you. DFHack has included a new command line called Immortal Cravings. When enabled, this script watches your fort for units that have no physiological need to eat or drink right now, but still have personality needs that can only be satisfied by eating or drinking, i.e.g. necromancers. This enables those units to help themselves to a drink or meal when they crave one and are not otherwise occupied. Now, this is altering the game slightly, but dwarves do still need to drink. So, and like, usually the only other way that I can get the queen to drink is to do a long, timely process that involves sticking her in an inn, locking her in there with the tavern keeper, and then making the tavern keeper pour drink down her throat. Question is, would you all be okay? Would this ruin your immersion if I enabled that code? What do you mean? Yeah, undead can drink alcohol. You just have to make them do it. You all need alcohol to get through the working day? Oh shit. The forgotten beast Immust has come, a great one-eyed tarantula. It has a spiral shell and it appears to be emaciated. Its chocolate exoskeleton is sleek and smooth. Beware, its poisonous bite. Well, it's a good thing that layer of the caverns is shut off. This layer of the caverns is not shut off. Well, luckily, we have the military here. So it just means chocolate, as in like chocolate colored. It's not time to panic because tarantulas don't spin webs. If this beast was a spider, then I would panic. This might get you kicked out of a list to get sponsored. Yeah, like if you'd gotten caught, that would have been a problem. Okay, so yeah. Since you all seem to be okay with it, we'll activate Immortal Cravings. Right? Alright, so this thing must know where it's going. Judging by where it's, like, how it's swimming through the water here. Okay, well, forget. Oh my god, okay. You there. Get out of that tree. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. God, I remember when, do you all remember when Tay Zonde went on Twitter and talked about how he made a song about systemic racism and people got mad at him for it, and people had the temerity to say that it wasn't about systemic racism. Dude, like, people were literally like, people were trying to explain to him about what his own song was about. Like, sure, death of the author is a thing, but he was literally telling them, like, no, this is what my song is about. And they were like, actually, no, that's not what it's about. Just like actual, like, soup brain behavior. Senshi has created a set of giant bat tallow lasagna. Let's see. The ingredients are quarry bush leaf, bladeweed seeds, minced tomatillo, and giant bat tallow. Like, yeah, he's literally the one who wrote it. He would know what it's fucking about. They're faced when the author's media literacy is too low to understand their own work. Like, that's not even the case. Like, it's literally the opposite here. Like, he knew what his own work was about. Just everybody else was just like, no, that's not what it's about. Okay, okay. Speaking of Senshi, I hope this is the same one.
I'd die for you. I'd kill for you. Okay. But would you drink water and eat a healthy meal for me? Well rested for me?
Oh shit. The Forgotten Beast, Leto Rushanutesh, has come. An enormous cat with lidless eyes. It has 2 long, straight tails, and it squirms and fidgets. Its clear hair is unkempt. Beware, it's poisonous gas. That's just like, I have. Let me get real for you here, chat, for a moment. I have been playing Dwarf Fortress for years, well over a decade now. I have never, and I mean never, seen a cat as a forgotten beast. And in this past month, I have seen 2. Yes, poisonous gas. And its name translates to Leto the Cavernous Crevice. Okay, I really hope that this thing is I think the caverns are locked up safely. It doesn't look like a cat from here, but you know, the game only has so many templates that it can use. It is literally one of the folkloric demon cats from Japanese lore. I hope so. I just realized it's past 11, and let's see, 2 tails plus poison plus no eyelids. I'm gonna have to see this then. All right, we're gonna save the game here though, because I want to deal with fresh eyes next week. We managed to rescue the raiders. We sought off a massive invasion wave from the Lucky Empire, and tomorrow we're gonna do some Demon the Descent. So I really hope you'll be around for that. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, hit the subscribe button, and remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be.